Here are the 3 best core exercises for back pain that will help you strengthen the front, side, and back of your core. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott, founder of RehabFix, and we have helped thousands of people around the world fully recover from low back pain, disc herniation, and sciatica. In this episode, number 145 of the Low Back Pain Podcast, I'm going to show you 3 exercises that will strengthen all the main areas of your core. Real quick, if you have not joined my private Facebook group yet, you need to do so. It is called RehabFix Low Back Program, and immediately upon joining, you will receive our free step-by-step sciatica guide. This is the same process that we have taken thousands of our clients through around the world to identify exactly how to fix their sciatica and ultimately become pain-free through our one-on-one coaching program. In this group, you will be able to see our clients and what they're doing for success and additional resources and more free guides. So if you're serious about fixing your back, you need to join this group, RehabFix Low Back Program. See you soon. Now, these 3 exercises that I'm going to take you through today were chosen because they're extremely low back friendly. They have very low chance of flaring up your pain or making anything worse, but they have a very high reward in regards to targeting key areas in very optimal ways. Let's start with the front of our core. We need to have movements that address all different planes of motion and all different areas of our core, as well as many other different places of our body, such as hips and all other things that we address with our clients. But today we're just discussing the core. So the first exercise that addresses the front of the core is going to be our dead bug exercise. Many of you know that I'm a big fan of the dead bug exercise, and I'm going to explain why. To perform this exercise, you're going to be on your back. Low back is pressed into the floor, so it's totally flat on the floor. Both arms and legs in the air. You're going to alternate outstretching one arm and one leg at a time. So your right arm goes back, your left leg goes down. They come back to neutral. Your left arm goes back, your right leg goes down. They come back to neutral. This is a great exercise because it keeps your lower back neutral the entire time. Many individuals feel good after maintaining that brace. By pushing the lower back into the ground, it creates a brace in your core. A lot of people feel more stable and secure after performing this. And by alternating the arms and the legs, it becomes a brain exercise too. We're practicing different movement patterns that we don't do a lot of, and it teaches us how to maintain a stable core while moving the arms and the legs, something that will become very relevant when we're getting you back to things like squatting or deadlifting or other athletic movements. You're going to really feel this in the front of your core when performed correctly. And there's also many ways to change this exercise, which is another reason that I love it. You can hold a weight in your arms, you can hold a weight in your legs, you can incorporate bands. There's so many different things that you can do with the dead bug position to change up the core exercise and the core stimulus that there's just so much variability. But this is a main one that you can use to strengthen the front of your core. Now, the side of your core. What I mean by this is our frontal plane stabilizer, the muscles that stabilize us side to side. These are going to be our QL muscles or our quadratus lumborum. These control the frontal plane. That means anything that's pulling you side to side or is resisting side to side motion is going to primarily be our QL muscle, a main spine stabilizer. For this, I love the suitcase carry. For the suitcase carry, you're going to hold a heavy object in one arm. You're going to walk as straight as you possibly can without letting it pull you to the side. This is going to work the opposite side QL. So if you're holding a weight in the right arm, it's going to work the left QL. If you're holding a weight in the left arm, it's going to work your right QL. You can begin to carry heavier and heavier objects or walking longer and longer to resist the lateral flexion, resist the leaning of the spine. This is going to be a great isometric load on your QL, and going through the gait pattern at the same time adds another balance component and movement component as well. If you don't have the equipment for this, or if it's sensitive for you to perform, we can still work our QL muscles by performing a side plank. It is the same type of stimulus, just in a different way. And if you are, once again, not to the point where you can perform a side plank, you can perform a side plank on your knees. You can further regress it. So I love the suitcase carry for many reasons, but of course you can just do a side plank, or if you're not ready for that, a knee side plank or a side plank on your knees will work just fine to activate that QL and also activate some glute muscles as well. Hey, real quick, if you're watching this video and you're resonating with the things that I'm saying and you're ready to be pain-free, just click the link below and you can schedule a call personally with my team so we can meet with you, go over your current situation and figure out what you're missing and help you develop a game plan so that you can finally become pain-free. This is for serious people only, so click the link if you are ready to go. Back to the show. Now, the back of our core, I mean our multifidus, our erector spinae, and our glutes as well. We can perform the bird dog exercise. This is a classic exercise, but I'm going to add in a couple twists here, so don't skip through the video yet. In a quadruped position, on all fours, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, you're going to tuck your pelvis so you keep your lower back neutral, and you're going to extend, once again, the opposite arm and the opposite leg at the same time. This is going to work your low back stabilizers. This is going to work your lower back, your erectors, your multifidus, your glutes. It's going to get some great activation in these regions. And once again, for most people, will not flare up your lower back. It is a spine-friendly movement. Now, how can you upgrade? Because I know many of you are watching this or listening and you're like, oh, I've done that before. That's already in my regimen. There's a couple ways that we can progress this. One simple way is when you are in the outstretched position with the arm extended, leg extended, squeeze your fist and put your heel through the wall. So you're leading with your heel. This is going to recruit a little bit more musculature as you do this, more motor recruitment, we call it. In addition to this,
but wait, there's more.
If you want to hold that outstretched position a little bit longer for a couple seconds, that is a way to progress it. And then another way to progress it without any weight is then performing a circular motion with your arm and your leg at the same time. This is once again going to become a brain game here, but it's holding the contraction of these muscles while taking them through motion. It's going to provide a bigger stimulus and once again, just harder balance, harder control as we do this. Now, of course, there are many other ways that we can train our core. Yes, there are anti-rotation movements, there's rotational movements, there's explosive movements. Your core is meant to move in all different ways, but the purpose of this content is for the individual who has lower back pain or who is wanting to gently gain some strength back in their lower back and their core again. So once again, these are simple but advanceable low back friendly core exercises that are going to address the main regions, the front, the side, and the back. But as I always say, it is so important to understand that for the vast majority of individuals, and based on the current evidence, that a weak core is not the reason for back pain the vast majority of the time. Yes, you might feel less back pain after training your core, but it could be because it is improving your core function, which is a different component. It could be because you are just simply getting your body moving and you haven't been moving for a very long time because you're afraid of moving. Or it could be because you're performing any kind of exercise and your fear of exercise or your lack of exercise is perpetuating your back pain, and you could do any exercise and that would make you feel better. These are some situations where someone might argue, oh, well, I trained my core and it made me feel better, so that means my core was weak. Not necessarily. There are other reasons that could cause that.
Nice try, though.
But for most people, we get clients who can hold planks for minutes and they're told, oh, your core is weak. Do more planks. And they're like, what are you talking about? I can hold a 5-minute plank. My core is not weak. We get strongmen, powerlifters, CrossFit athletes who are told their core is weak. And to do some really low level exercises. Go do glute bridges. And they're like, I can squat 500 pounds. Oh, well, go do glute bridges. No, this is crazy. Okay. So the vast majority of the time, your back pain is not because your core is weak, but these are helpful core exercises to reinforce maybe more areas that you aren't currently or in ways that are low back friendly. Because you might be in this limbo where every time you try to train your core or do any exercise, you might just be flaring yourself back up. And that's not a fun place to be. So I want to give you options here to help you strengthen the right areas without flaring up every single time. And we want to help you fix the root issue so that you don't have to only do certain core exercises or else you flare up. You can only do certain workouts or you'll flare up. That's no way to live. We want you to be able to do anything you want. We want you to be able to do any core exercise, no matter how advanced it might be. We want you to be able to do it. In order to do that, we need to identify the root issue and then develop a plan based on that root issue, which is why we take all of our clients through a individualized assessment to figure out what their key restrictions are, what their main movement deficits are, and then actually take you through exercises live during our very first call to help you achieve significant pain relief just during the first call. This helps us learn exactly what the root issue is and what your plan needs to look like. And we take thousands of people around the world through this, and you could be one of them. And we would love to take you through this assessment and show you what your main restrictions are, what exercises you should be doing, and provide you some immediate proof for how you can get pain-free. All it takes is you taking action to do so and committing to something that's going to put you in control of your pain.
Once again, be sure to join my Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program, so you can get additional exclusive content and our free sciatica guide immediately upon joining. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a 5-star rating and review so we can grow this podcast and help reach more individuals who deserve to get results, who feel like they're spinning their tires and getting frustrated in doing so. As always, move more, move in nature, move in the sun. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.